All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the New England Patriots in today's video. So, Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter just demonstrated their NFL ability earlier today. But the Patriots situation is so fascinating because, first off, we're a couple of weeks away from the NFL draft where New England has the 4th overall pick, and they're going to be getting a guy like Travis Hunter. In fact, it kind of seems like Travis Hunter might be a New England Patriot. But they could get Abdul Carter. I mean, one of those two players is more likely than not going to be a member of the New England Patriots. And what people don't even understand is, and it was funny because day one of free agency, day two of free agency, people were making fun of some of these moves. Robert Spillane, Carlton Davis, that's an overpay. Morgan Moses, they're just picking up a bunch of random dudes. Whoa, Milton Williams, Harold Landry. Oh my gosh, they just traded for Stephon Diggs, or picked up in free agency Stephon Diggs. The Patriots, if the season began right now, people don't understand that this team, the floor has been raised so high. The floor's been raised so high. And with Drake May and so much, even guys like Milton Williams, the ceiling has been raised so much. And also just the simple addition at head coach in Mike Vrabel, that elevates the team in general. So New England's had a bunch of free agency cap space. They had a ton of money to spend. They had a ton of draft capital, like literally a ton of draft picks. And people are not ready for the New England Patriots this upcoming season. And I actually mainly wanted to talk about, or draft-wise, I mainly want to talk about Travis Hunter in the second half of this video because I'm telling you, man, and I think it's just because now free agency's finally settled down and people are, because we're a couple of weeks from the draft and, everyone has their favorite team and blah, blah, blah. There's so many draft picks. Now people are finally starting to realize, like specifically with Travis Hunter, like, oh, geez, he really was a stud last season. He really is a stud, a future superstar in general. But before we do, we have to set it up because New England has made so many good moves in free agency that, like, for example, they made a move for Stephon Diggs, right? All right. Now they have a clear-cut wide receiver number 1. So they do not need to go out there at 4 and get the, maybe a little bit of a reach at pick number 4, the wide receiver out of Arizona. They picked up Milton Williams in free agency. So now Mason Graham at number 4, which, by the way, I really don't think Mason Graham is anywhere close to a top 10 draft pick, but what do I know? So I'm glad New England made this move. They went out there and they picked up Milton Williams. And Milton's coming off a crazy postseason with Philadelphia Eagles. And, people are touting this as an overpay. We haven't seen a big enough sample size. I think Mike Vrabel and the Patriots GM, their management staff, know what they're doing because he just graded as the highest pass rusher in the postseason at 91.4. And that was a career best for Milton. And he just kind of really just reached that top tier of pass rushers. And, he just earned a massive contract with New England. And I get it, the contract's a little bit big, but I'm telling you, and the Patriots agree, he's about to turn into, and he's on his way, one of the best defensive linemen in the entire National Football League. And you also have to keep in mind, when you look at a Milton Williams contract or, Carlton Davis, 3 years, $20 million, you have to look, or 60, $20 million a year. You have to think like, folks, the Patriots last year, they were the worst team getting to the QB. They were dead last in interior pressures at 45 in the NFL last year. So Milton Williams, day one, helps you out a lot. But that also means you don't need to get Mason Graham at pick number 4. And then we move to Morgan Moses. And this one's interesting because now the right side, I feel so much better for Drake May entering this upcoming season. Now, Morgan had a couple of bad games this past year, finished with a 69.2 pass blocking grade, but he has posted a grade above 65 in every season since 2015. That is 10 years ago. So once again, I know the contract's a little bit big, but what it gives the Patriots management staff is it gives you flexibility with that 4th overall pick. So, all right, that right tackle out of Mizzou, he's probably, in my opinion, the best tackle in the NFL draft. So you can still grab him. You could still grab a wide receiver. You can still make a bunch of moves. But the point is, now right tackle and now the interior defensive line, it's not the most pressing needs for day one of the NFL draft. And then Carlton Davis, because I just wanted to say, The secondary for New England now, their cornerback room is absolutely insane. You pair up Carlton Davis with Christian Gonzalez, and it's terrifying. And Carlton has been the definition of steady in his NFL career. Just really helped out Detroit last season, being their cornerback number one. My only concern with Carlton is not the contract at 30 years or 30 years. I would be a little concerned. 3 years, $60 million, 20 a year. My concern is more availability. Carlton Davis has this weird thing right now where he can't play over 13 games, and that's another good reason to have Christian Gonzalez. So Carlton Davis as cornerback number 2 is kind of crazy. So which makes this move really interesting for Travis Hunter. Now, like I said, I think New England should have their pick at either Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter. And I'm very curious from Patriots fans right now, comment this down below. If every player was available, let's just say the Patriots had the first overall pick, who are you selecting? Because whoever that is, if he's available at 4, that's the one you're taking. But if Travis Hunter's there at pick number 4, it would be hard to not take him. Cornerback, wide receiver, his film on both sides of the football is crazy. He just helped out Shedeur Sanders at his pro day, and the guy's a stud. 90.7 PFF receiving grade across his 3 college football seasons. And the wide receiver room for New England is interesting because, there's some talent there, especially now with Stephon Diggs, got to Mario Douglas, Kayshon Boutte, Matt Collins was brought in, Javon Baker, Jalen Polk coming off underwhelming rookie seasons, Kendrick Bourne, kind of reliable, savvy veteran. Hunter, if you put him in that wide receiver room and the cornerback room, I mean, it elevates both of them. Last season, he had 140.7 passer rating when targeted, which was first in college football, 68.8% contested catch rate, which was third in college football, only a 3.2% drop rate, which was fifth in college football. And by the way, Travis Hunter's only had 4 career drops, but his athleticism and his dynamicism is why you pick him at pick number 4. I mean, his coverage ability last season, 25 catches on 47 targets. He had 5 interceptions and forced an incompletion rate of 21.3%. Especially if he lands with Mike Vrabel, this guy's going to be a stud at defensive back. I'm telling you, man, the film speaks for itself. This guy is an absolute top 5 pick, no matter if it's New England or somebody else. But my point is, New England's in a phenomenal spot right now, and I'm super amped up for you guys this upcoming season. That is it for me. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. We post a ton of Patriots videos on this channel right now, so stay tuned for more. But guys, like I said a few minutes ago, if the Patriots had the number 1 overall draft pick, because you're not taking Shedeur Sanders, you're not taking Cam Ward, who is your top prospect for New England? Let me know down below. That is it for me. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon. Peace.